Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetter. We're going to talk about Tropical Storm Muifa, also known as Inday in the Philippines. But first, I do want to mention, if you do appreciate these updates, check out our Patreon, or just simply sharing this video on social media, or subscribing to our YouTube channel always does help out. But let's get into the update today. Of course, Muifa's out there, still looking at some slight intensification with this storm system. It's lingering just towards the east of the Philippines, riding along the southern periphery of a high-pressure ridge towards its north, and it is just taking its sweet time on that northern churn, pushing off here towards the southern Japanese islands. And that's good news for Okinawa Honto, because the longer it lingers here, the westward that track is going to be. And right now, there's just increasing confidence that this is likely going to be impacting Miyako or Ishigaki-jima. Still also have some inflow pulling in across parts of Visayas, southern Luzon, but not nearly as strong as we've seen with Hinanor just this past week. But winds right now still about 75 kilometers per hour. Pressure is at 998 hectopascals. You can see, look at the past track, how this has just been lingering here, fighting that ridge off towards the north. But now we are going to be starting to see that movement pulling off here as we go ahead through Saturday. There's heading into Sunday, and eventually by Monday morning, passing right over Miyako and Ishigaki-jima. There's Okinawa Honto, including Naha. Winds expected to intensify up and over 100 kilometers per hour. Right there, actually 130. That would be typhoon intensity, up to about 140 as it does near and pass right over the islands there. But then it's going to stall out and kind of linger, and this is something I do want to note. Now, we do have the outer rain bands. Okinawa Honto still could be looking at some breezy conditions. I'm not talking about typhoon conditions, and don't take that from this update, please don't. But you could be looking at some decent breezes, and as we've seen in the past, if some of these rain bands do kick on through, within those rain bands, the pressure gradient tightens up a bit, and you can see some gustier conditions in that. Now, destructive winds over 50 knots, probably not, but enough to, toss around your trash can, stuff like that. It's over here. They just dealt with a typhoon, similar conditions as Hinanor. Storm system is expected to move over in this area and just sit and linger as we go ahead of the next week. And look at this, even the ECMWF expects a little bit of a retrograde coming out of this as it pulls just off towards the north and then kind of lingers back towards the south. Reason for that, you got this high pressure ridge just towards the north, which is going to just kind of buffer this storm system a little bit as that ridge kicks in. So if that happens, we're not going to see a quick turn back towards the north and east. And if that does happen, that really kind of leaves the book open to where this could go along that ridge. So even the southern Japanese islands into next week, Okinawa Honto over towards Taiwan, got to keep an eye on it. Very long range, still a lot of questions to be had, but right now, the current 5-day track has it moving out here towards the southern Japanese islands. The longer it lingers here, the more we're going to see some weakening. And let me explain. Well, one, shear, could get some dry air coming out of that high, but also look at this area in blue, that is upwelling from Typhoon Hinanor. It lingered here around the southern Japanese islands, for a week? And what happens when a tropical system lingers in the same spot, it pulls up water, it stirs up the ocean, pulls up water that has not been heated by the sun from below the sea surface, and you get these below average sea surface temperature anomalies. That is not good for tropical systems. They want warmer water, right? So it's going to be sitting over here, over this area of relatively cooler sea surface temperatures, which should help it weaken as we go ahead through next week if it does decide to sit in the same exact area. Now, while it's doing that, it's still bringing messy weather for Miyako and Ishigaki-jima, but it would be weakening all along while doing that as well. But right now, high confidence northwestward track, I should say, Ishigaki, Miyako for the next 5 days. Big waves out here in the southern Japanese islands. Be aware of rip currents, anything like that if you're going to head out here. I mean, the southeastern coast of Okinawa Honto, definitely going to see the surf. Obviously, massive waves out there into the far western islands there, and even over towards the east coast of Taiwan. Going to look at some pretty waves. And like I said, banding also going to be passing through Naha. So starting on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you're not going to be looking at typhoon conditions, but obviously passing rainfall from some of those outer rain bands will be kicking on through as well. And then we look at the bigger picture really quick, and I have a separate update on this. That inflow that's coming around, and just it's not as strong as Hinanor, but you are going to see that inflow come around for parts of southern Luzon, Visayas, with some scattered showers for sure. in your guys' forecast. Always remember, if you're out here near the U.S. military, and those T-Core systems, right now you're still in T-Core 4, but if you do start to see them change, T-Core means Tropical Cyclone Condition of Readiness, if you weren't aware. I know a lot of people, especially out here in the military, just use the shortened phrases. You know, be aware, know what you need to do. Also, the cyclone warning system from JMA. Got those advisories, warnings, and emergency warnings. These are the ones that show up in your cell phone if you do start to get, always remember this one. That's very rare, and if you do get that on your cell phone, that means, oh crap. You know, something's really bad happening. I've only had that happen on my cell phone once specifically. If you want to check out our Patreon, WestPacWx on Patreon, please do. It is $2 a month. You can, if all our subscribers donated $2 a month, I'd be able to just do this full time. I'll put out five videos a day. But you know, I understand, and now I'm never gonna put this stuff behind a paywall. And I also feel guilty sometimes, you know, often asking people to donate who are currently being impacted by a typhoon. I do not expect that. You got bigger things to worry about than helping me out with our computer graphics and stuff. But if you can, I always welcome it, and it's what pays for all the system here and everything. So, yeah, that's all. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please let me know. And as always, of course, stay safe out there.